Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a supplement that's making some seriously big waves online. We're talking claims about transforming your sleep, firing up your metabolism, and even rolling back the clock on aging. That is a lot to promise, so let's break it down and see what the sources are really saying. I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The idea that one single natural formula could actually tackle all of these huge health goals at once, it's an incredibly ambitious claim. And today, we're going to dissect it piece by piece based on all the info out there. And the product at the center of all this buzz is called Revive Daily. So we're going to get into the claims, take a good look at the ingredients, and comb through the actual user feedback to give you a clear, straight-up picture of what this supplement is all about. All right. First things first, what is this stuff and how does it supposedly do what it does? Let's get into the core mechanics behind the formula and the science it's supposedly built on. So, according to the people who make it, Revive Daily is a natural formula that has a two-pronged attack. First, it's designed to radically improve the quality of your deep sleep. And second, its goal is to help your body naturally produce more of something called growth hormone, or GH for short.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting because why focus so much on growth hormone? Well, the source is called GH, the body's #1 hormone for burning fat and fighting aging. See, as we get older or deal with stress and bad sleep, our natural production of GH just tanks. So the whole theory here is if you can boost your GH back up to more youthful levels, you could see a ripple effect across the board, from your metabolism and muscle recovery to your energy and even your brain health. It's all connected.
So the formula itself is a blend of 8 different natural nutrients. The idea isn't that there's one single magic bullet, but that the synergy between all of them in these very specific amounts is what gets the job done. Let's zoom in on a few of the heavy hitters highlighted in the sources. First up, we have L-arginine. This is an amino acid, and its main job in this formula is to help trigger that natural growth hormone production we were just talking about. You can kind of think of it as the key in the ignition for your body's fat-burning engine, getting everything fired up while you're in a deep sleep. Next is ashwagandha, and you've probably heard of this one. It's a really well-known adaptogen, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps your body handle stress. And since sky-high stress is a huge reason why so many people can't sleep, this ingredient tries to tackle one of the root causes of restlessness head-on. And of course, you've got melatonin. This is the hormone our bodies naturally produce to control our sleep-wake cycle. Its role here is pretty simple: help you doze off faster. The formula also includes other nutrients like zinc and magnesium, which the sources say are in there to support things like immunity and your overall energy levels. Okay, so that's the science and the ingredients behind the claims. But the big question is, what are people who've actually tried it saying? Let's switch gears and look at the results users have reportedly been getting. When you look through the user reviews, you start to see a really consistent theme pop up again and again. People talking about falling asleep more easily and, more importantly, waking up feeling genuinely refreshed. This really seems to support that core idea, that better sleep can lead to real physical results, like helping to manage stubborn body fat. And some of the stories get even more specific and, honestly, pretty powerful. You see testimonials from verified purchasers talking about significant changes, like dropping dress sizes, and just having this incredible feeling of being revitalized. These kinds of personal stories are a huge part of the narrative around this product. Okay, let's talk about the practical stuff. If you're curious about this, what's the cost? What does the investment look like? And maybe most importantly, what kind of safety net do they offer buyers? So the pricing is set up in a few tiers. If you just want to try one bottle, a 30-day supply, that'll run you $69. But the sources really emphasize that you'll get the best results with longer-term use, and that's where the bigger packages come in. The price per bottle drops to just $39 when you get a 90-day supply, and it goes all the way down to $34 a bottle for the 180-day option. That's a pretty huge savings if you decide to go all in. Now this number right here, this is a big one, 60. This is the number of days you have to try the product risk-free thanks to their money-back guarantee. It's a huge selling point designed to give anyone on the fence some serious peace of mind. And the guarantee itself is pretty incredible. You can literally use the entire product for a full 2 months. If for any reason at all you're not happy with the results, you can just send back the bottles, get this, even the empty ones, and they'll give you a full refund of your purchase price. You just cover shipping. They're basically taking all the risk off your shoulders. So, after looking at all of this, the science, the reviews, the price, let's pull it all together. What's the final verdict from the sources when you weigh the pros and cons?
So to sum it all up, on one hand, the big selling points are that it's all natural, non-GMO, made in a certified facility right here in the US, and has no reported side effects. But on the other hand, and this is important, you have to remember that results can and will vary from person to person. Consistency is absolutely crucial. Even the makers say you should give it a solid 90 to 180 days to really see what it can do for you. Okay, and this right here might be the single most important piece of advice from all the sources. They all stress this point. Revive Daily is only sold on its official website. If you see it being sold anywhere else, on Amazon or another store, it is not the real deal. This is a critical warning to make sure you're getting the genuine, safe formula and not a cheap knockoff.
So after all that, we're left with this one big, fascinating thought. The entire foundation of Revive Daily is this idea that so much of our health, our weight, our energy, how we age, is all tied directly to the quality of our sleep. It really makes you wonder, is the real secret to unlocking our best selves just about engineering the perfect night's rest? That is definitely something to sleep on. Thanks for tuning in.